Hello and welcome to a look at Super C for the Amiga, a Konami arcade original that was released by Konami themselves. Now, if you've been paying any attention to the thumbnail, you know you are in for a treat. But let us set things up the way the game is trying to. Super C, one of the world's most action-packed arcade classics, is about to explode onto your home computer. Designed to give you all the realism of the original arcade version, Super C is programmed with flexible character movements that allows you to get a real feel for commando combat. We have even loaded in an array of high-powered alien mercenaries and untold numbers of intergalactic obstacles. And since it's for the home computer, you'll naturally get great graphics and intrusive sound. Make note of that. Super C. The C is short for Contra, which is the sequel to the original game Contra, which for some bizarre reason was called Grisor in Europe. And of course, it was a game that was never made an Amiga version of, so any Amiga owners buying this game with no prior knowledge of any other version, whether it's arcade or home computer version, would have no clue that this game is a sequel to something. And in all honesty, after about 5 minutes play, they won't really care what it might be a sequel to. But you likely want some plot, so I'll give you a touch of plot. Red Falcon, the evil baddie from Contra, Grisor, was soundly defeated, of course. Except for the fact that he was nicely, because I mean, games, bad guys, they never die. So he's back with a revenge squad of capturing Earth and all that good stuff, and two commandos are specifically selected because everyone else has been mind controlled to go out and try and stop Red Falcon once and for second. All, I think it's called. And off you trot, navigating 5 levels filled with enemies and obstacles, and more enemies and more obstacles, and a dying frame rate to help you along the way. You start off carrying a machine gun, but from time to time a power-up capsule will fly overhead, and you can shoot it down to release its special weapon that you can pick up and equip, which should make your life significantly easier. That's what the manual claims, at least. And the special weapons you have available comes in the form of a laser, a grenade launcher, a rocket launcher, a spread shot, and a barrier kind of thing that is a super weapon capable of clearing a full screen. So a more normal term for such would be a smart bomb. As soon as you start playing, you immediately notice that there's something not quite right. Beyond the game itself, of course. That is the fact that you are given 10 lives. I don't know about anyone else, but I always become a bit suspicious when a game of any kind gives me an awful lot of lives to work with. That could usually indicate that the game's difficulty is excessively high. And it is, but for all the wrong reasons. I don't mind hard difficult games. I actually prefer when the games bite back a bit and I have to work for it. But this game doesn't bite. It's got no teeth to bite with. From a graphical point of view, the general opinion about this game from other users is that it is incredibly ugly, and while I definitely agree that it is far from the prettiest thing in the world, the unfortunate fact is that I have seen worse. But the main character, or the player character, looks like a stickman that's been run over by a tank, and then someone dropped a bit of color on the flattened bits in order to make him look lively. He's also designed in such a way that he both look and moves like he's got a filled diaper, which is likely a possibility. I couldn't say. The backgrounds are not awful, but they're incredibly simple. But in all honesty, none of it matters because of the fact that the graphics are, I was about to say moving, but the graphics are actually not moving. They are jumping on one leg. I think it's called, I can't remember the English phrase for it. Sorry. The sound design is decent enough. The music is nothing spectacular, but it's not awful to listen to either. And the sound design for the sound effects is perfectly serviceable. But then, of course, we have to talk about the controls, and we are almost talking Ninja Gaiden levels of crap controls. The controls are fine as such, but the thing is, someone decided that you put about 24 functions on a 8-directional joystick, so that of course with the fire button used as well you have 16 options, but no, let's throw 24 functions onto it. Not well, maybe not 24, but it feels like it. Up will jump, and down will duck, and left will move left, and right will move right, and fire will fire whatever weapon you're shooting. If you want to lie down, you have to press down and fire, but you can't crawl while you're prone. So it is not as useful as it may sound. Because you are aiming diagonally up and diagonally down in order to jump anything but straight up, you have to jump straight up and then move the joystick in the direction you're trying to jump. And it all becomes incredibly convoluted, and it feels like you are fighting the controls more so than the controls are there to help you play the game. It is worth mentioning that the Amiga conversion of this particular title is quite rare. So most Amiga users would never have had the interesting experience of actually playing it, which is probably for the better. The fact that the conversion is rubbish is one thing. What bothers me the most is the fact that yet another conversion was made that made what was easily the most capable home computer of its time look and feel like a third-rate 8-bit console with a fried chipboard. The frame rate switches between being decent and going into low single digits. It's quite evident that the game cannot possibly keep track of all shots being fired at any given point. So sometimes you can walk through shots, and sometimes the enemies will walk through shots, and sometimes they won't, and sometimes you won't. And it all adds up to one big garbled mess. On that note, thanks for watching, take care, see you next time. Bye bye for now.